All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another live New York session. It is April 27, 2023, and it's on a Thursday. So we're going to actually take a shot at gold today. Before we get started, let's look at the news. We can see that we had GDP advanced news on employment claims, and this happened at 8:30. That's what causes a big drop here. So the news is over with, so now we're in the clear. So let's go ahead and get started. We're a technical analysis. We're going to be doing the G.S.A strategy with the cheat code indicator. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually turn on the indicator. And we can see we have a cheat code buy here. So we see that price is sticking outside the Bollinger Band. So this is probably going to be a sign of an extreme move in the market happening very soon. But we're going to want to get in on the retest of the HMA. So we know that. So we'll see what price is looking like on the 15-minute. So now we're going to figure out what is the overall trend market. So when we look at this overall structure, we can see that multiple lows have been broken here and here. Now, of course, we see multiple highs broken here, but then we also see a low broken here. So it lets us know the overall price is bearish. So we're going to draw a trend line here. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to go to the 15-minute time frame. And we're going to turn on the cheat code indicator again. Looks like price is starting to actually push up. So this may be a sign of a strong trend coming. Price has not retested the HMA yet. So that's why we're going to wait for that. Now, we could have taken a buy here if we scalped it correctly and maybe got something, but probably would have been a little too risky. But this may be a very, very good buy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what is the current trend. So really from this last move, price is still overall bearish. Just for the simple fact because we see that this was the most recent low that got broken. So we're still overall bearish. So we may be getting a counter trend buy, a strong counter trend buy, and then a sell maybe. That's a high possibility. So we're going to go ahead and draw trading ranges. So when we look at this last move here, this is the most recent swing low, most recent swing high. We're going to mark that. Mark it all the way up here to the mid. And this was the most recent break of structure. So previously, price did a swing low, bought up to here, came up to here, hit this wick, and then shot all the way down. So that's why we're probably overall bearish. And that's why I think it's going to be a strong counter trend sell and go down. So then in this case, we want to take the Fibonacci, go all the way up, go to the most recent low here, all the way down to this wick. So I'm really looking for price to really come up to this area. We're going to draw a golden zone here. This is going to be our sell zone. So I'm thinking price is going to really shoot up to here with this liquidity up here and then come down. So depending on where price is at when the 930 candle hits, we might be able to take counter trend buy all the way up to here possibly. But we just have to be careful, know when to exit and then take that sell down. So So I'm going to put a zone here since we have one here. That's what causes this swing low. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the cheat code indicator. Again, we still got a cheat code buy here. So we will want to wait for price to retest this HMA. If it does, and then maybe buy up to here, maybe up to a little bit of this structure and then come down. Now, here's the other thing as well. Depending on where the Bollinger Band comes as well, that's probably going to give us an indication how far price will go up and then come down as well. So we just have to see. Now, price could come down to test this area more than buy up to it doesn't come down. So we have about a little bit over 15 minutes before the 9:30 candle hits. So we're going to wait for the 9:15 candle to hit first. So we got a little bit less than 9 minutes for that. So let's wait for that, and then we're going to plan our trade and then go from there. All right, so the 9:15 candle has closed. So price is probably gathering gas and liquidity down here. So I'm planning on doing this buy all the way up to this point, and then having it come all the way down. So I'm going to put my risk to reward tool down here. Focus on getting this liquidity up here. So the price goes up from here, you get at least this much in gold. Then ultimately, so this is going to be TP1, which is going to be 550 plus points. And then up here, let's see. Go to this point here. So 900 plus points in this one. All right, so I'm gonna pause this recording, and once we get closer and closer to the 9:30 candle, well, let me go ahead and set my alerts. Then we go to the next step. All right, so I ended up setting my alarms, alerts rather. Price is getting a lot of gas down here. I think it's a very huge sign of the reversal. So we have a little bit over 10 minutes before the 9:30 candle closes. So what we're going to do is, once that closes, we're going to focus on price action and watch what price does. And then when price truly goes its direction, get in. And then we're going to watch how price action moves as well when we're in the trade as well. That's what we're going to do. So we have less than 10 minutes, so we'll be right back. All right, so it's 8:29, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop loss and take profit in. Definitely gonna wait for this thing to reverse. It's all the way outside that Bollinger Band. So this is gonna probably be a major reversal. So let me put that in now. And then wait for the 9:30 candle to set in. 77, 2, 2, 5, 2. All right, so the stop loss and take profit is in. So now we got less than 20 seconds before the 9:30 candles settles in. So now we're strictly going to focus on price action. Study it, see how price does its liquidity grabs. So, see, 9:30 candle is closed. So now we're going to watch this very closely. So I'm going to keep this recording so we can watch this price action very closely here. Matter of fact, let me do something here. Hold on. Let me actually solve. There we go. This is what we want to see. And what I'm going to wait for is that next candle to close above the HMA. So I'm probably going to wait for the next candle. The HMA is right here. Wait for it to close above. Then when it starts to push, we in there. No pun intended. So we're going to continue to watch this price action. So we're going to continue to watch it. So we got about less than 14 minutes before the next candle closes above at HMA. That's what I see. That's what we're going to do. Let's see if the next candle closes above the HMA. That's what we're going to look for. Now, if it goes past the HMA, it's a possibility I might initiate a trade, maybe, but we'll see. But I'm going to be disciplined and wait for the close above. That's when I'm going to do. It's time to do that. Mhm. Yep. That's the reason why I decided to wait. Right? Now, if it passes the HMA and the HMA starts to curve, it starts to turn green, that might be our entry, but we might still wait for the next candle to close above. So you notice your price action is pushing up. So it's still gathering more gas to finally push. Because what the banks are probably doing is probably gathering all that liquidity from those stop losses and knocking out those retail traders, forcing them to buy up instead of sell. Probably what's happening. We got a little bit over 10 minutes. So I might pause this recording when we get close to the next candle that closes above, then go. Yeah, I'll probably let this record so we can still study price action. It's important. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. You know, still coming back and getting all that liquidity and getting some more gas. It's pumping up. That's what I see. But we'll see. It's pumping up. It's a bit of liquidity pull in here. That's what it's probably doing, is getting that. Push it up just a little bit more. And this one go down and get some more liquidity. It's definitely oversold. That's what it's doing. Typically, when it does liquidity grabs, it goes the opposite direction before it pulls to its true direction. So we have less than 7 minutes. So the next candle closes above. So I'm just trying to get some more gas down here. Okay. What it's trying to do. So just my stop loss down here. Down here, I'll probably pull it down. Pull it down to here. That's what it's doing. And now we're going to study this candle here. Yeah, so this may be that final false move before price decides to go up. And making the retail traders think we're selling all the way down here and then getting in the trap. Because I could see how a retail trader would think, oh man, price is breaking this low, let me get in. And you probably would have got some decent pitch from that, but you probably thinking it's going to go all the way down to here and then trap it. Probably just happened. So we have about less than 5 minutes for the next candle closes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this recording. Then once we hit the 9:45 candle, then we'll study price action on that candle and see if price goes in direction. Then we're going to study that and look for a good valid trade. So be right back. I put a call out note here, said possible liquidity grab from banks. And you see that price is kind of wicking out. See this big wick here? That's what we need to look at. So I'm going to let the recording keep going because we're studying price action. We have to understand price action. So we have a little bit over 2 minutes before the next candle closes. And we'll see exactly what the price ends up doing. There's what you guys see in this area. We got over 2 minutes before the next candle closes. You see this big wick, this is a huge liquidity grab trap. We call this the bear trap. A lot of these retail traders, they're probably in a lot of drawdown right now because of that. Thinking that price is going to sell and really, really sell. So we have about a little bit over 50 minutes before the next candle closes. There we go. And so we got about 10 seconds before the next candle closes. So let's watch this price action very closely. 3, 2, 1. 9:45 candle closing. Now let's see if it's going. We might wait for the next candle to close over the HMA. But if it crosses the HMA, then it goes green, we might jump in. Let's watch this very, very, very carefully. So just give me a little bit more gas down there. Watch this very closely. Zoom in just a little bit more. Do this here. This may be ready to go. It's a buy. It's a buy, but give me a little bit more gas. See that wick? It's trying to get a little bit more gas. See that? Trying to get a little bit more gas before it's finally ready to go. So we're gonna wait and stay with this price action and let this recording go. So we can get used to looking at this. So that way we can get used to training our eye and how to react to price action and then get in. It looks like it's trying to get more liquidity down there. Because that price is actually saying, yeah, I want to get some more stop losses. More traders out before I go. That is about that next candle is probably going to be the one that's going to close above that HMA. Either the next candle or the next two candles. It's still getting that liquidity. To a buy list that was trying to push up. We start pushing past the HMA. It might bite the bullet and sell, but I might wait for the next candle down there and I'm going to draw down. Watch it. Watch it very closely. So we got 10 minutes to the next candle. There's the 10 o'clock candle. Now that HMA is starting to go lower. That next candle is going to close above that HMA. Then like it. The HMA is starting to get lower. So it looks like it's probably going. So by the time the next candle closes up, it's going to be below that next candle probably. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and Go ahead and bite the bullet and get in. So I'm in the trade now. So now that I'm in the trade, we're going to focus on this price action specifically. We'll keep it reporting. So we got 8 minutes until the next candle closes. A little bit over 7 minutes. We got more liquidity. It's probably doing. It's probably making all these retail traders close their positions and get into a buy. Probably what it's doing. That's 6 minutes. We gather more gas. Yeah, a lot more gas, a lot more liquidity. We got a little bit over 5 minutes. Like it's starting to push up now. A little bit over 5 minutes. So it looks like those retail traders are probably starting to close their sell positions that they're losing. We'll see. A little over 4 minutes left before the next candle closes. Less than 4 minutes now. Going back to get a little bit more liquidity, but it's probably ready to go. We got almost 3 minutes left. Now it's going up. Going up. Going up. 3 minutes left. That's the 3 minutes. Down to more liquidity. We got almost 2 minutes left. So 2 minutes left. Yeah, price is buying, no question. Less than 2 minutes now. There's a minute left, we're close to that. We got a minute left now. We got about close to 20 seconds left. We're coming up now. Yep. See black candles closing. Yeah, we're buying up now. Bam. Let me modify the stop loss now. 1982. And 441. Just modify the stop loss. Bam. Let's see if price goes higher. But now keep on trailing the stop loss. Bam. Got a $65 profit. Knock this one out good. Boom. Price did buy up and it's probably still not done buying up. That's why it's good to study price action, guys. So we got in here, we got up to about a little bit over 500 points of gold, but it's probably going to go up more. So let me go ahead and document the results, and then I'll share the results with you. Be right back. All right, so I documented my results. I'm going to go ahead and share them with you. Share my screen here. As you can see, this is my live account with MVFX. And then I got a $65 profit after they took some charges out, which was about almost $3, it was about over $2. So I was close to doing a $90 profit, but I decided to try my stop loss there and get there. Because price could have easily went back up some more and pretty profit in there. But it looks like price is buying up even more now. Look at this. Major move in the market. So I'm going to back test this today. Definitely and go over it for further training. But it's clear here that this was a huge liquidity grab for the banks. That's why I whipped out, tricked off these retail traders. Price kept on getting them here and then just, yep. So that's it for this live session, guys. If I do the back testing session later on today, then we'll go over that and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye.